Hey, did I ever tell you about the time I went down to Allentown? It was art festival time. I went in to take the pulse of the city. I wanted to feel the rhythmic flow of this place we call Buffalo. First, I was driven to the sound of the African beat as I walked down Main towards Allen Street, past rows of African tribal masks, sitting as if seeing through those hand-carved eyes. Then I walked past the boutiques and restaurants, stopping over on Delaware Avenue, where people were standing around as if on some type of visual high, observing artwork only a wealthy person could buy. I then stopped over to where the hip sit, while viewing and discussing artwork always on display at the Topic Cafe. Then after crossing Elm Avenue, I stopped to observe some local residents looking alternatively styled, sitting, seemingly staring out, thinking that there must be more to life, that by deserving more only produces the level that opens the playground to the devil. Then over on Mariner Street, people were standing around while a street performer sang on a Madonna song. Then our attention turned to bikers, drag racing up the one-way street as a police officer in the corner stood shaking his head and waving his arms, helplessly walking his beat. Then after stopping in at the Brick Bar, I walked down to the west end of Allen, where a crowd gathered as a group of Mexican cats wearing black hats played music while wearing traditional garb. I then crossed over to Nietzsche's showcase for local talent, where I listened as the Greg Sturlace Band whipped up the crowd and made it wild for their own special brand of music and song. Then back outside, I see a man walking down the street with a boa constrictor hanging down from around his neck. A girl from the crowd went to touch the snake. Then as she stroked the boa, her pupils looked like flying saucers, leading on some type of a soul journey with the reptile. Another corner hippie-type girl stood swaying to the beat of the bongos, while others around leaned into the shade of the buildings to escape the intensity of the noonday heat. I continued on my journey, winding up and down the main and side streets, often stopping to view the fine art and sculpture, talk to the vendors and money spenders. Then on my way out, a shopkeeper hollered out, "Hey man, I hope you found what you came here for." I nodded back, yes I had. I felt the soul of the city speak. It's well and alive, but the spirit's weak. We must again all shout aloud. Boost Buffalo, we're talking proud.